Hi YouTube. I've had this Waterpik for years. It worked great until the hose broke. I need to make a decision. Buy another Waterpik to replace this one or fix the one I have. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if 9 out of 10 people decided to replace it. Like a pebble thrown into a pond, what are the ripple effects of that? About $50 lighter in the wallet, adding to a already mountainous volume of waste. And for the green, earthwise adherence, very poor stewardship of the planet and its abundant resources. But the makers of Waterpik will love you. Now, if you don't have a Waterpik, speaking of the makers of the Waterpik, I think this is an excellent product. Yeah, it's got a broken hose, but mine's more than 15 years old too. And since I don't have the world's best teeth, anything I can do to take care of them the best I can is something I'm going to look into. And this has definitely been a good thing for me. So if it's something you think you might be interested in, there's a link in the description below to this particular Waterpik I have and just Waterpiks in general. What that brings us to is the decision point. Fix or replace? Well, I'm opting to fix. It's easy enough to do. Well, it's easy, and then it's not so easy. You'll see what I mean. So let's get started. Here's what broke and started spraying water all over the bathroom mirror instead of into my mouth. The first step is to take the mouthpiece out and remove this ring. It's held on pretty tight. You may need something to pry it with. I used a little screwdriver here to get mine off. There's a spring under the ring. It's one of 3 springs. Next, Waterpik glued these parts together in the handle. They could have used a screw, or they could have incorporated something like what I used to reassemble the handle. The 2 halves glued together is the not so easy part. But if you're patient and careful and gentle, you can separate the 2 halves mostly intact. I used one of those multi-blade knives from the dollar store and was able to slide it between the halves and gently pry the handle apart. Patient and gentle. I call it persuasion. This is what you see when the parts are separated. Here are the 2 other springs, spring number 2 and spring number 3. One under the on-off button and a little one that holds tension on the various mouthpieces you install into the Waterpik. And that spring holds them in place and keeps them from leaking. This is what the hose should look like if it were attached. The unbroken end of the hose is still attached and needs to be removed from here under the base. 2 screws and the fitting comes loose. Getting the hose off requires a little more persuasion. I have a variety of tools for this kind of thing, but a butter knife will probably work too. One thing you do not do is cut the hose off because it will nick the hose barb. Ultimately, the hose barb will leak water past it and out through the hose. I bought 9 meters of food-grade 2mm silicone hose on Amazon for about $11. I only need about 40 inches. So that's what I cut off and attached to the fitting. Now with a new hose attached, the fitting is screwed back into the base. This is the sequence of fitting the hose to the on and off valve. Here is the hose attached, and here is the ferrule fitting over the hose. Replace the little spring on the side of the on and off valve. Refit the on-off assembly into the base like this. Thread the handle through one of the retaining bands. Fit the spring on for the on and off button. Then fit the button over the spring. In that order. Slide the band over the handle and thread the other retaining band on the handle and slide it into this position. Insert and remove a mouthpiece using the button on the side to ensure these parts are working properly. Does it work? Yep. Well, that's it. That's how it works. As you can see, It's easy and not so easy. In the end, I've got a working Waterpik again. Now, I'm speaking to a lot of things here. I'm speaking to fixing things versus throwing them away and buying another one, the implications of that and so forth. I speak to people all the time. And when I state I'm a conservative, roughly about half the people I state that to exhibit a marked change in their expression. Until I explain that words can actually be used to describe more than one thing. So I explain a little bit. I conserve things. I take care of them, keep them functioning so more resources aren't used up to make more of something we already have that just needs a little attention, maintenance, or repair. I'm green. I'm environmental. I'm solar powered. I'm LED lit. I don't pollute the environment with perfectly functional Waterpiks and other stuff that just need some attention. I reuse, I recycle, I repurpose. Like someone who detects is referred to as a detective, I conserve. Therefore, I'm a conservative. Then comes the kicker. If I happen to say, I apply conservatism liberally in all aspects of life. You see, conservatism and liberalism aren't two diametrically opposed arch enemies. They're not. They're two descriptors, terms that describes what to apply and how to apply it. When you speak to people, have some fun. Have some fun with the language, the words you have. We need to have a little fun these days, and perhaps a better understanding of the words in the language we use to do that speaking. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you think it might help somebody else, then share it with them. If you would like to get more content like this, then subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll be notified when new content gets posted. Thanks for watching this video and all the videos that you watch. And as always, comment as you see fit. Till the next video, see you later.